All mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who throw obstacles my path to liberation, and the nations may they experience happiness, be separate from suffering, and safely. I will establish them in the scale one surpass perfect complement the precious Buddhahood. All mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and damnations. May they experience happiness, be separate from suffering and safely. I will establish them in the state of one surpass, perfect complete and precious Buddhahood. Dala dang warasi pe da no parasi pe gek tarpa dang tam chen chen pe bardo chu parasi pa tam che toru se pe ma nam ka dang nyam pe sem chen tam che dewa dang den dong hara dang jar nyor de lan na me pa yang da par go pe san rumbo che to par sa. Thus, unto achieve enlightenment, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. Unto death, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. From now until this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with the mind. We take refuge in the kind of rule. We take refuge in the deity of the mandalas or yadams. We take refuge in all the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Dhakas, Dhakinis, and the Dhamma gardens, possessors of the eye of wisdom. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma and likewise in the example of Bodhisattvas. As the previous Buddhas embraced the enlightenment and the progress on the Bodhisattva's path, I too for the benefit of all sentient beings, giving birth to Bodhicitta, and apply myself to accomplish the stage of the path. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. May all mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they liberate from suffering the causes of suffering. May they never be separate from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. Chenye se dai so chenye de na de son je ba me ye singe gen da ge ma le de dai dang je le dang a ye dang we sa je wo zang bo je be mo lai do dai ge jar wa dang je ye je ngong song shen ge de nye le ra do ba ye jar wa gen la ra de zang ze Derje de na dernye sanje nan sanje se je we na yu ba da de dara je je ye na ma le tam je jarwa da ge gang wa ra me de da nga ba me se jam zo yang je yen lo jam zo zhe gen je jarwa gen je yong de rab je jen de wa ra je ba tam je da ge tu Mẹ tô tâm bon trinh hoa tâm ba tang se nhiên an dai so be dong jo tang mar me tam ba jar wa te da la ne chu pa ra je na za tam ba nam dai chen jo tang se ma pa ma ra nyam ba ku pa che pa ra pa be jo ken che jar wa te da la ne chu pa ra Choba gana lame jache wa te dai jarwai dangje layai me zambo ju lai de be do dai ge jarwai gen lai san zaran che bara je. Da cha she dang to mo wang ge ne le dang a dan de yin ye ji jang de ba da ge ji ba jin che ba de da dam je da ge so so ro sha. So je jarwai gen lai san je se ran jaran nan dan lo dai ma lo. Rōwāi gāngcē sōnāng gāng lā yāng tē dāi gāngcē jī sē dā yé rāng gāng nāi sō jē jē tēn rō mā dā sāng chō rāng bā rā sāng jē mā chāi ngō bō tē dā dā kē tam chē lāng kō lō lā nā mē bā kō wā rā kō rā nyāng ngēn dā wā rā yī gāng tē dā lāng rō wā gāng lā bēng chēn tē wē sē rā kār bā yīng gā dēr nyē yō bā 大哥大摩罗羯娑瓦羯桑瑟瓦当求见小巴当吉瑟耶让格林娑瓦涅瓦永瑟大哥羯萨巴当羯走贝桑求真我大日不人没多长，日日冷眼也得见半的，三界现了没得不如我也，这个南大现的结我的手，歌颂永作拉没错南拉，是南上升的人也进球。大雷龙卷南水永远拉，拉面就跟欧洲咋的说，翁格人那门扎拉本咱们扎萨瓦人那萨玛耶阿红，江镇街东面咱们见。扎北东松永来家。自灭假外多坚强，汉界天公被下烂的，得到的三界就来灭，心界落叶都结晶，年个能把萨尔内讲，sem这扎尔的都把尔心界落。Despair, darkness that surrounds my heart, please bless me so that I can realize the unlimited nature of mind. 三界南界三宝东落叶四周一切道我一穷的梦的怪，去见可罗果的所。Please turn the way of Dharma of the true way hackers and the combination according to this the mental capacity of sentient beings. 让个罗织真涅真扎拉涅达拉南达拉萨瓦，今涅东根结因谁是人涅结都嘎拉冷王真，刚大谁被纵然马人们东阿人结色为。若所跟拉不结，达尔在因来主结阳den松。若达来接着涅摩涅龙来接加着中在见，马来门色儿东阿拉牛个今年就在拉着那，东内大见三见大神用的来做加塞个。就照就当就念见着大罗门色就浪的。Om Arapasana de Om 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 Wangeshorim 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 Om. You who are the perfect youthful body, whose flame of wisdom blazes, and dispel the darkness of orderly ignorance, are posted before you and pressed to majority. 有那个人将外部一些中美绕的，一定的我们撒万将把它养了上这都。当个都结下结来增长，研究么多的结崩将。世界人不大为了几百个小姐家儿被小那个上子，都有这个人跟前不来个人，被满中那个人等中没大大人的身被干能在我见人不接来所乱的。道见强见得罗那罗当阿巴门来去觉干部巴巴摩这巴加罗之公被高觉罗马南来所罗的。我们去觉研究破障内的总三界根觉我让生去跟我总动在被造为拉美小拉个上子。 Go Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Happy New Year. Welcome to the teaching. Teaching is great liberation by hearing. So great liberation by hearing as we hear death Bardo and reality Bardo, intermediate state, rebirth Bardo. So 3 Bardos. The main big topic is sharing. So we are finished the first one is called death Bardo. Many meditators, practitioner has the ability to liberate during the death Bardo. Then someone practice Yadam deity who has very strong connect to the sacred mantra. The person has ability to liberate in the peaceful and wrathful deity. Is called reality in the Bardo. Then most ordinary people who don't have the Mahamudra Dzogchen meditation teaching practice, who don't have a Yadam deity connections, and then they go to the intermediate state of Bardo. So right now we are in the reality Bardo. So reality Bardo has peaceful deity and wrathful deities. We finish the peaceful deity part. So right now we are in the wrathful deity section. So wrathful deity section. Then this actually 5 Buddhas, but we call the 5 Herukas. 5 Herukas is arising one by one. So this 5 Heruka is representative, or just the point is the same as the 5 Buddhas. Why it's become 5 wrathful Herukas? Because our negative emotion appearance is arising. So if long as you can transform negative experience or negative percepts, transform to this Heruka's body, then we have an ability to liberate. So peaceful deity is arising from our positive energy qualities. Wrathful deity is, negative energy is arising. So that's long as we can transform it, long as we can subdue it, then the negative energy is transformed to this wrathful deity's form. So that's why, this true wrathful, peaceful reason is because we have the positive quality, and also we can say we have negative qualities. And the positive qualities arising the peaceful deities. Negative transforming is wrathful deities. So that's why, in this wrathful deities, source is like subduing our negative afflictive emotions. That's we have to understand very clearly, very important. Otherwise, we get confused. So today we are in the West Buddha. So last week, I think we finished the Rina Heruka. is a sorting Buddha, the yellow form body. So today we are in the, I think it's west. It's called Radford deity. It's the Radford deity, and also called Pema family. So this one is I just share you in the chat room. I don't know you get the teaching PowerPoint. Is there is page 196, I think. It's 197 actually. English starting. It's correct, right? We are in that section.
Yes, Kempola, that's the second.
Okay. So it is that on the 11th day, and then when we die, every single day has different precepts changing. So then also we, this each days like following is this one is more attachment. It's arising. So long as we have a transform our attachment, then it's become so this the example deity of the Pema family of blood drinking deities. Where come to is called that the disease. So here is why is blood drinker deities means like it's negative sources become drinking, like killing. Negative energy is killing, I think. So that's why we call blood drinking deities. We know killing the positive energy, not destroying positive spiritual energy. So this is like negative afflictive emotion is destroying. That's why it's blood drinking deities. Where come to is called the diseased. Again, calling the disease by name. So we have to call the name. The introduction should be given with the following words. O child of Buddha nature, lesson without distraction. On the 11th day, he who is called the transcending Lord Pema Heruka. The Pema Heruka is Buddha Amitabha. So usually we have peaceful form Buddha Amitabha. That is, arising from the spiritual positive quality. So now here is the Buddha Amitabha has become wrath for means destroying attachment, transforming attachment. So that's why it's become wrath for means transcending Lord Pema Heruka. Of the Pema family of blood drinking deities, then all the retinos deities arise. So all the retinos become wrathful. Where arise from the western direction of your brain. So that's also reason is here in the Shetro. This teaching is not outer level teaching. It's called inner level teaching. Outer level teaching, we talk about the Buddha Amitabha is be in the Skavate, Pure Line. So we pray to the Buddha Amitabha, and we wishing to reborn that Pure Line. So now we are in the Bardo. So everything is our own emanation, our own experience. So then where this our appearance is arising from our own brain. The brain is here is where arise from the western direction of your brain. In union with his concert and appear vividly before you. So apart to our, percepts in the front of us. His body is dark red in color with 3 faces, 6 arms, and 4 legs, firmly sit apart. So this deity is apart to us, but the deity is apart to means all this, our percept is arising from ourselves, own emanation. So of course, most beings no recognize that is the deity's display. That no recognize that is our own emanation. So someone who has Yadam deity connections, so then that person, seeing the body, whatever arises as our own emanation, it is Yadam deity. So that's why in this case, it's the same. Last time we all were shared from peaceful deity to enter all these sections. Whatever efforts is, practitioner only recognizes Yadam deity, but Yadam deity means our own emanation. So everything is within our own chakras during our lifetime. When we die, so that it's become separate because our body mind is separate. Then this our within our body in the chakra, heart center chakra and the brain level chakra. Brain level chakra has every these deities. Then within when we are a lifetime. So when we die, this everything things become apart to the form body in the front of us. But then most beings, they don't recognize it is own emanation. So that's why they're who don't have the teaching, no practice, the person seeing it is everything is like frightening and the object of the fears. So that's why mostly beings avoid to and run away from this our own emanation or experience. So who has practiced Yadam deity connections that can transform object of fear can transform to the object of this wrathful deity's form body. Long as we have that ability, then all the frightening object is become Yadam deity wrathful form body arise. So that long as you have that ability to do that, and then we can liberate in the Bardo. So then his right face is white. Okay, so will arise from the western direction of your brain in union with the concert and appear vividly before you. His body is dark red in color with 3 faces, 6 arms, and 4 legs, firmly seated apart. His right face is white. The left blue and the center face is dark red. In his 6 hands, he holds on the right in the first hands a lotus. In the middle one are Katawanga, and in the last hand are mace. And to the left, in this first hand, he holds a bear, and the middle one a blood-filled skull. And the last a small drum. The family concert, Pema Karudesawari, is embracing his body. Her right hand clubs around his neck, and her left offering a skull cup filled with blood to his mouth. Do not be afraid. Do not be terrified. And do not be awed. Contemplate them with the joy. Recognize this to be the Buddha's body of your own awareness. See, that's our own awareness is apart to the form. So we have to recognize that. Then that, here, recognize it to recognize this to be Buddha's body of your own awareness is through the practice. Without the practice, we not possible to recognize this. So which practice really help to recognize? Then, of course, this Mahamudra teaching practice, and then this Yadam deity practice. So that helps recognize all this object of fear is Buddha's body of your own awareness. These are your own meditational deities. So do not be terrified. We cannot terrified that. This in reality is the transcendent Lord, Amitabha, and his concept to be devoted to them. Recognition and liberation will occur simultaneously. If upon hearing these words, the disease recognize meditational deities, he or she will dissolve indivisibly with them and thereby attain Buddhahood in the Buddha body of perfect resource. So the disease hear this instruction in the Bardo, then the disease has ability to attain opportunity, have a liberation. So then yet, even after receiving this introduction, there are those who are held back by their negative habitual tendencies. And there are those who will not recognize their meditation deities because they have feared in awe and terror. So mostly they don't recognize. In this case, we are saying is just kids, Kids usually go to the, fun house, and sometimes you go to Disneyland and Hollywood somewhere. It's dark rooms, so many fracturing form bodies make scared. People, go in the fun house crying. Kids is like kind of almost a heart attack. They don't recognize that is not rare, true. They think there has a really rare maras or demons inside there. So dead bodies, they're going to get for, fear that and terrifying. Same, when we get into a thing in the Bardo, so we are saying is a child not knowing. And all this, whatever appearance arise, is really fear and scared. So that's why, instruction says, we don't scared and don't fear that. Otherwise, we get lost. And so the recognition not having been attained. So it is that on the 12th day, day 12, the example deities of the karma family of blood drinking deities. Blood by the guide, the precise, the female gatekeeper, and the Isawari. So they have so many different kind of diversity, wrathful retinones arising. So you look to in each this deity's tanka, is wrathful. There has many retinones together. Not only the main deity there, so there's lots of retinones. So example, the deity is the same as a king. So king has many cabinets and retinones subjects. Same in when these deities arise, all this retinol also arising together. So when we the negative source or emotion arising, so they have so many causes and conditions arising together. So that's why I think, not only the one deity arising, so they have so many diversity. This retinol is appear to for the disease. So that's why there's many mention about the gatekeepers and the Isawari. Welcome to its court, the disease. Since on even greater fear and terror will arise if they are not recognized, again call the disease by name, and offer the introduction in the following words. So we have the introduction giving to this introduction to the for the disease. O child of Buddha nature, lesson without direct distraction, within the wrath for deity comes. He who is called the transcendent Lord Karma Heruka. So it's a karma family. So now it's a Heruka means wrathful. Of the karma family of blood drinking, deity will arise from the northern direction of your brain, in union with his consort, and appear vividly before you. His body is dark green in color, with 3 faces, 6 arms, and 4 legs, firmly seated apart. His right face is white and the left red, and the central face is on awesome dark green. In his 6 hands, he holds on the right. In the first hands are silver, and the middle one are katawanga, and in the last hand are mace. And to the left, in his first hand, he holds a bear, in the middle one as a skull. And in the last plowshare, the female consort Karma Karu Desawari is embracing his body. Her right hand has clubs around his neck, and her left offering a scorecard filled with blood to his mouth. Do not be afraid, do not be terrified, and do not be awed. Recognize this to be the Buddha body of your own awareness. They are your own meditation deity, so do not be terrified. This in reality is the transcendent Lord among us and his consort. So recognize them within this devotion. Recognition and liberation will occur simultaneously. If upon hearing these words, the disease recognize the meditation deity, he or she will dissolve indivisibly with them and thereby attain Buddhahood in the Buddha body of a perfect resource. So this is a Buddha among us, the Buddha and his consort. The point is, and as long as we have ability to recognize, we become Buddha body of a perfect resource. So you see in this tanka, Buddha Amitabha form is different. Usually we, have tanka. And the reason is ultra level 5 Buddha is all form is very similar. Buddha Shakyamuni, just hand gesture is a little different. Color is different. It's called Namanakaya form, ultra level, where the form is very similar. Buddha Shakyamuni. So that's why Buddha Amitabha red color, but form or the manner, how to say this special quality and the body, manner marks is the same as Buddha Shakyamuni, apple to different color, little different postures. So other 5 Buddhas are similar. You can, sometimes get a statue tanka is the more popular way to you get. And then the inner level 5 Buddhas, and not ultra level, called inner levels more, Sambhonakaya form. So that's why this 5 Buddha image is in this, Shetro. Bardo deity is different because it's inner level 5 Buddha is appear to is for Sambhonakaya form. Then that is become wrathful, where it's transformed, changed to the this 5 Herukas. Wrathful 5 Herukas. So actually not different than usually we author level 5 Buddhas, but it goes to different ways, become transform and changing. So another case is very easy, just 5 Buddhas like become outer, inner, and more secret way arising, changing different ways. That's our thing we have to know important. Based on the spiritual teacher's former oral instruction, as one recognizes these visionary appearances as the natural expressive power of awareness, naturally manifesting liberation will occur. So it's someone who has guru's instruction, and Yadam Daddy's teaching, introduce nature mind Rigpa, Mahamudra Dzogchen teachings, and then that person when get into this 11th day in the Bardo, so that person record their own practice. Also, whatever this appearance is recognized, so this visionary appearance as the natural expressive power of awareness, arising from our awareness, naturally manifesting liberation will occur. Then long as you recognize that, the naturally liberate in that state. This is like one who recognizes the stuff lying, skin to be a stuff lying. The nature of the stuff lying is such that if it is actual nature is not recognized, it will generate awe and terror. So kind of, just fake lying. If you see the fake lying, you don't recognize it is fake. It's very scared. If you see the, like fake snakes in your bed, maybe someone put you the like colorful, some kind of snake shapes object put in your bed. You see that, you think snake is in your bed. You scared. Maybe you really fear. But then you recognize it is just fake snake, then you naturally, your fear is gone, So same in this case, long as you recognize all this terrifying object or fear of object is recognized, is our own emanation. And that is Yadam, that is disciplinary. Then everything is dissolved. So solution is very easy another way, but it's hardest is not possible to recognize that way. That's why right now we are in the living Bardo. I think most important is we always have to recognize our emotion. The point is recognize emotion, calm down, relax, watch emotion dissolve into empty space or no door and our own awareness. So long as that ability we have, then have opportunity to get realization in these states. Because this is, emotion is transforming. So recognition means then in the dreaming, if you have a nightmare, you have to recognize it is a dream. And then you calm down yourself, relax and let go. So that kind, if you have ability, then have an opportunity to liberation in this state. In this state, liberation is not that easy level. It's a very high level state. Mostly ordinary beings never ever have opportunity to in this area as a liberation. But we think it's already like death 11 is very long time, looks like too far away liberation. But still is this liberation sharing is like for the practitioners, liberation states. Ordinary people, we're going to share the, intermediate state. the birth of Bardo. So then we see what is ordinary people's feeling in the Bardo. So this liberation is a good level practitioners. But as soon as this is like one who recognize a staff lying skin to be a Stuffered lying. The nature of Stuffered lying is such that if its actual nature is not recognized, it will generate awe and terror. But as soon as someone points out what this really is, the first is penetrate and the fear dissolves similarly here. When the example of blood drinking deities arise, with their huge bodies and thick lungs filling the whole of space, the disease undoubtedly become awed and terrified. So, like, you know, in on your bed, have a snake, it's fake snake. Someone say it's not a real snake. Until that, you scared. You know, if a really big snake in there, you never can go into your home, bedroom. You scared. So until someone introduce you as no snake, or you calling someone to get it out, because you already deluded. So same, you know, until we recognize that is our own emanation, then we have this out and terrified. But immediately upon hearing this introduction, so long as you hear this introduction, the disease will recognize the appearance to be natural manifestation of actual reality. So long as recognized, then fear is naturally released. So someone say it is not a snake, it is fake. So then your fear is naturally dissolved. Or to be their own meditation deities as the recognition occurs. The two aspects of inner readings, the mother inner readings, which was firmly introduced through the spiritual teachers' guides. So then, you know, long as you recognize that's all the appearance is our own emanation. So if you have meditation practice during the last Bardo, right now we are in the living Bardo, so then you can naturally go into that meditation state. So that is called two aspects of inner readings, the mother inner readings. In the Bardo, you know, you can recognize all this of fractioning is its own emanation, you know, our natural ripa displayed. So you recognize you into your own natural ripa. That is called mother luminosity. And then during in the lifetime we meditate our own natural ripa. So that's called child luminosity. And the child recognize mother, same, you know, like during lifetime we meditate Mahamudra Dzogchen, that realization that, you know, recognize in the Bardo is all appearances become inseparable with our own mind display. So long as we have the ability, we can liberate in this state, which was formerly introduced through Bardo Teachings guidance. So that is right now. We use this, you know, follow instruction, and then that helps become in the Bardo. Recognize is called mother luminosity. Bardo is a mother luminosity. Right now is called child luminosity. And the naturally arise child inner readings. Right now we practice, you know, understand this every instruction. In the Bardo, we recognize what happened. So that Bardo recognizes a mother luminosity. Right now, you know, living Bardo, we study, cultivate this teaching. this teaching helps recognize in the Bardo. So that's why right now it's called child luminosity. Bardo is called mother luminosity. It's become reuniting mother and the child. The experience of which emerge subsequently as the result of practice meet together. So in other words, like meeting in old friends. So this instruction, right now instruction, living time we study this, then that helps understanding in the Bardo. So same is like you see your own friend, you see your own mother. The inner readings that drawn face to face with oneself does so in a naturally liberate inner, and one will be naturally free within the experience of naturally reading intrinsic awareness. So this our own nature is arising. So our own nature is arising. We have to recognize through our instructions. Then the who has these teachings, that person has the ability to liberate in that state. In this introduction is not received, even good person may turn away at the point and continue to run within single existence. So just in the worldly, we say really good person, very kind person. That kind of person also can be turned away from in this state, because the reason is they don't have these instructions. As this occurs, then the family wrath for deities, the guide and the precise, gari and the precise have diverse animal heads, will emerge from within the brain of the disease and appear before him or her. So all is arising from our own emanation. So now we finish the section is, five heruka is introduced already. Now there has many, each heruka has many retinols. So you see this, each heruka has like different retinols in the Tanga. So this retinol is called the gari and precise. So this different kind of direction gatekeepers, or is arising. This also arising is merged from within the brain of the disease, and appear before him or her, again calling the disease by name. The introduction should be given in the following words. O child of Buddha nature, listen without distraction. The garu will not be emerging from within your own brain and appearing before you. Do not be afraid from the distinct direction of your brain, the white guru. So this, also right now we think about our mind has principal mind. And then they also talk about, 52 mental formats. Means like different kind of, source of afflictive emotional minds. So this all is arising the form. That's why we have this different, kind of experience arise. So we're giving the name different, these retinols, Buddha's retinols. So the point is our principal mind is the mean, mean Buddha, Heruka, and then other mental formats, the that is all is I think looks arising from this retinons form. So that's why everything's our own emanation, means like mind projecting everything, our own mind projecting. So then it's come from the mind has like principal mind, and also the branch is the we call the mental formats is arising. So that's become apart to the form. Then from 13 direction, the yellow gari shooting on arrow from above. From the west, the red Paramoha holding a crowder victory banner, and from the north, the black Vetrali holding a Vajra and a blood first cover arise. So there's also like arising is our for we talk about our 5 elements. Our 5 elements is, if you recognize, is for the 5 female Buddhas, but not recognizing then is is this frightening object. So that's why right now is 5 female looks like also arising, 5 female Buddhas arising from like different ways. Garus, Garu, like calling these different ways arising. From west, the red Paromaha holding a, I say this, we finish Vajra and below first score ever arise. Then from the southeast, the red yellow Pakasi holding and enters in her right hand and eating them with her left. From the southwest, the green black Gasamari holding a blow first score in her left hand. Stirring this with the Vajra in her right hand and drinking awesomely. Awesomely, I think. From the northwest, the white yellow Gandali tearing apart the head and the body of a bloated corpse, holding the heart in her right hand and eating the blood with her left. And from the northeast, the blue black Samasani, tearing a head and the body apart, eating where arise. These 8 Garu, who are indicative of a class of consciousness. See, this 8 consciousness arising very clearly there, because the reason is the mental 8 conscious. From your own brain and surrounded by class of consciousness, where emerge from within your own brain and surround the 5 blood drinking deity and their concern. Do not be afraid. So we cannot afraid because it's our mental format is arising from this 8 Garus. Then next, all child of Buddha nature lesson without distraction. The 8 precise again, who are indicative of the sense objects, will emerge and appear before you, encircling this area or array. From the east, the dark brown Sahamaki, lying head, her 2 arms crossed on her breast, carrying a corpse in her mouth, sinking her mind. From the south, tiger-headed, the red Vajrakarumaki, her two arms cross snarling and tearing with the bulging eyes. From the west Foxhead, the black Sugalamaku, I think. It's very hard, this name's pronunciation. Holding a razor in her right hand and entrails in her left. Eating the entrails and lacking the blood. From the north, wolf-headed, the black-blue Sawamaki, tearing apart the corpse with her two arms and staring with bulging eyes. So that's I put the, in this PDF, the teaching, put the image. You can see everyone there, this ad of this. From the south is vulture-headed, the white-yellow Gadamaku, carrying a large human corpse over her shoulder and holding a skirtron in both hands. From the southwest, cat-headed, the black-red Katawanke, Kankamaku, carrying a large corpse a large corpse over her shoulders. From the northwest, crow-headed, the black Kakamaku, holding a skull in her left hand, a sword in her right, and eating a human heart and lungs. And from the northeast, odd-headed, the blue-black Alumaku Yuli or Woli Kamukai, holding Wajara in her right hand, wielding a sword in her left, and eating flesh. So this the precise and indicative of the saints will emerge from within your brain and arise before you. Encircling the five blood-drinking deities and their consorts, do not be afraid. Recognize all that arise as the nature expressive power of awareness manifesting naturally. So it's always our own emanation, our own projected. So who has, the practice Yadam deity and who has the spiritual qualities, then their perception is not this terrifying, because this deity is loving, kind, peaceful arise for them. And then, who practice Yadam deity and have emotions, still, we have emotion, practice Yadam deity, then arise from this wrathful way, because this negative energy is arising. So negative energy have transformed. Long as we have ability to transform, it is our own emanation. So it's all is dissolved to the nature express power of awareness. Then that is called wrathful deity for arising from these practitioners who has a very strong negative karma create. Then this deity is Maras. So Mara also our own projected. The negative karma is arising from the Mara. Right now we're sharing here is like the talk about is a good way practitioner meditators subduing emotion, transforming emotion. The emotion is arising, but it's recognized. Emotion is, our own create. It's dissolved into the nature. So Then other hand, who create a negative karma very strong, all this wrathful deity is maras, yamas called. Then that is become is god of the harem gardens, like who torture the harem beings. So that is effort to that. So now in this teaching, very clearly we understand everything is arising from our mind. So samsara is from our mind, nirvana is from our own mind. So it's depending our precepts, which one is arising. Yeah. So that's the reason right now this negative precept we have to transform, we have to subdue it. Long as we have the ability, or the Mara in the Bardo is transformed to this wrathful deity's form. And become we recognize all this deity is our own nature, expressive power of awareness. So if we don't recognize that, then due to negativity is very strong, everything is like become maras. So that's why the point is we have to recognize our own true nature, mind. So long as we have the ability, everything is take care ready. If we don't know that, we don't take care of our own mind, then all the perceptions can be arise really maras, negative forms. So, long we use this right now teaching practice during the our lifetime, the negative percepts form is we have to change, transformed, and then become same as like our enemy is our guru, treasure, Buddha. Like we say, usually we talk about Bodhisattva's teaching. So long as we have that ability in this Bardo, all these maras is become transformed to the wrathful deity's form. And then wrathful deity is dissolved to our own, nature, Rigpa. So really recognize everything's our own project. So that's I think it's most important we have to know. Then our chart of Buddha nature, the four female gatekeeper will also emerge from within your brain and appear before you recognize them. From the eastern direction of your brain, the white horse-headed Ankusa, a blood-filled skull in her left hand. From the south, the yellow-headed Pissa holding a nose. From the west, the red lion-headed Safuta holding on Aaron Chen. And from the north, the green snake-headed Ganta holding a bear where instantaneously arise. So this all rising from the Buddhas. If we know knowing is, then it's far afflictive emotion is arising. So in the peaceful deity we talk lots already explained. If someone who has already beginning to know, never missing the teaching, I think you understand very clearly. So someone come into the sections, then very hard to know what talking about. So that's why when you receive teaching, it's like continue, no missing. If you really miss one sections, watch the video and again, like listening and study is very important. This is the four female gatekeepers. wherein did emerge from within your brain and appear before you. Recognize them as they are your own meditation deities. So deity means our own emanation. The point is, deity means yedam means like we actually we make promise I'm going to practice something. So that's called you commitments practice. So that's usually we call yedam, but it's our own arising from our own natural mind, or the yedam means like arising from our own natural mind. It's form, deity, or child of Buddha nature on the of these 30 deities who are the Rathaherukas and the Retinons. The 28 Aswari were merging from within your brain and appear before you. They will have diverse animal heads and bear diverse weapons. So if someone who created very strong negative karma, they go into the hell realms, then this right now we sharing deity, we talk about all this retinal is the hell realm yamas, who torture the hell realm beings. It's also our own precepts, because negative karma torture ourselves. So the hell realm beings think someone tortured them, but actually their own negative karma tortured them. No, someone physically come person to torture them. Everything is our own perception, So that's why Buddhahood is right now in your space. The hell realm is your own space. Within sixth realm is within our right now, our own space, because it's the dependent person's perception. So long as you have very strong anger, right moment there, we create our space is hell realm. So that percept karmic is arising in this Bardo. So who is these beings become Bardo, guide, Mara, Yamas, is anger, is arising form. So long as you have anger recognized, anger dissolved, then that Yama is deities. Then we created that in the karma, in right now living time. Then we have very strong stranges, self-grasping, and no sharing, too strong selfish. That percept create hungry gods. And when we die, then that percept is arising, stingy, selfish is arising, this Mara's form body and Yama's form body, and torture us. But long as we recognize our own this living time, grasping, fixation, attachment with especially strong stingy, very strong self-grasping desire. So we recognize that dissolving, then that is called become Buddha arising. The animal same, human being, all is like emotion projected. So that's why this form is arising can be negative because it's emotion. As long as emotion can transform, then this all is become Buddha's form body. So that's why everything is up to us. But know this arising, but do not be afraid. So we have to recognize it's our own perception or emanation. Recognize all that arise as the natural expansive power of awareness manifesting naturally. So this Dzogchen, meditation helps recognize this, our own awareness manifesting naturally. Not at this moment, create your point. Remember your spiritual teacher's oral instructions. So these all different animal form, I mean the like heads, because some is representative anger, some is representative attachment, some is representative ignorance. So that's why, you know, this different animal form has symbolized meanings. So tiger means anger, right? You know, some animal is like has is representative ignorance, some is attachment. So that's why, you know, long as we have the emotion transform ability we have, so this all can become Buddhas, this retinal form bodies. So all child of Buddha nature from the East, the 6 yogini of the East, will emerge from within your brain and appear before you. Are the brownish, white yak-headed, Manurakisi, holding Vajra underscore. The yellowish, white snake-headed Barmani, holding a lotus. The greenish, white leopard-headed Radri, holding a pterodont. The bluishy, white vessel-headed Versani, holding a whale. The Radisha, white brown bear-headed Karmari, holding a pig. And the white black bear-headed Indrani, holding a noose of Indra in her hand. Do not be afraid, child of Buddha nature. From the thought, the 6 yogini of the thought will emerge from within your brain and appear before you. The yellow bead-headed Pingala, holding a razor, the redisha, yellow crowder-headed Sankti, holding a vase, the radisha yellow scorpion-headed Amarta, holding a lotus. The Artisha yellow hawk-headed Sankmi, holding a Vajra. The greenish yellow fox-headed Dante, holding a Kaj, and the blackish yellow tiger-headed Pakisi, holding a blow-filled skull in her hand. Do not be afraid. A child of Buddha nature from the West, the 6 yogini of the West, will emerge from within your brain and appear before you. The greenish, red vulture-headed Bankasi, holding a club. The red horse-headed Rakti, holding a large torso. The pearl red Garuda-headed Meti one. Radhi Madi, consort of Mahabala, holding a Kajar, the red dog-headed Ikakreni, Rakasi, wielding a Vajra razor in her hand. The red hope-headed Manukarika, faring on sorrow from a bow. And the greenish, red deer-headed, protectors of words, Sadashari, consort of Vasokasita, holding a vase in her hand. Do not be afraid. O child of Buddha nature, from the north, the 6 yogini of the north will emerge from within your brain and appear before you. The blush green snake-headed Vidyudeva brandish on ensign, the red and green box-headed Anguyi, Angiyani, I think, holding a glowing firebrand. The flesh-green soul-headed Varashi holding a nose of fence. The Radisha green crow-headed Vajra comedy holding an infinite human corpse. The blackish green elephant-headed Bajuna holding club and drinking blood from a skull. And the blushy green snake-headed Varunani holding a nose of snake in her hand. O child of Buddha nature, the four yogini who are the four female gatekeepers. So all these directions, arising from the this deity's form. So it's always arising from elements, a five afflictive emotion. So have to transform five wisdom, five female Buddhas, five Buddhas. So the same is like what we talked in is in the peaceful deities. A child of Buddha nature, the four yogini who are the four female gatekeepers, will emerge from within your brain and appear before you from the east. The white cuckoo-headed Vajra Mahakali, holding on a iron fork. From the south, the yellow god-headed Vajra Chagala, holding a nose. From the west, the red lion-headed Vajra Mahakambukarini, holding on Aron Chan. And from the north, the block green snake, headed Vajra Lambodara, holding a bear in her hand. It's if long as we recognize this, all symbolizes like, four measurable in there: love, compassion, equanimity, and joyful. So all these hawks will liberating, but the point is we know knowing and become is who create negative karma, then this choice or it's become torture for the negative beings. And who has positive connections, that's it. This is the hope of compassion, connect to these four measurable qualities. Then the four yogini, the female gatekeeper, were indeed emerge from within your brain and appear before you. Do not be afraid. Since this 28 asivari emanate naturally from the expressive power of naturally arising deities, which are the wrathful herukas, recognize them now. O child of Buddha nature, through the expressive power of emptiness, the Buddha body of reality has arising as the peaceful deities recognize this. Through the expressive power of readings, the Buddha body of perfect resource has arisen as the wrathful deity recognize this. So this is the kind of more essence of the key point. So peaceful deities arising from the nature dharmakaya, emptiness. Wrathful deities arising from, the luminosity, our mind clarity aspect is sambhonakaya, appearances. So the point is here, our true nature has empty aspect that is arising from all its peaceful deities. Our mind nature has expressed power of readings, like, it's for the clarity aspect. So that is arising the wrath for deities. That we have to recognize. The point is that our nature has empty clarity, inseparable. In this deity, wrathful, peaceful is inseparable, not separate. So someone has very strong practice, spiritual qualities, then who has like kind, love, bodhicitta, example, meditate the Mahamudra, then that always appear to this quality is peaceful deities. Then with transforming our negative emotions, who has the ability, the person perceives is this deity, wrathful deities. So at this time, when the example of the 58 blood drinker deities manifest from within your brain, means like everything is our own emanation, you should recognize all that is arise as the naturally arising luminosity of your own awareness. Then if recognition occurs, you will immediately attain Buddhahood inseparably from the blood drinking deities. So that's the only have ability meditate Mahamudra Dzogchen practice. So also Mayaminka recognize emptiness. Mayaminka teaching introduce emptiness. Long as we have recognized emptiness and meditate Mahamudra Dzogchen, so that person has opportunity, ability to can get realization in this state. All child of Buddha nature, if even though you do not recognize this reality and become afraid and turn away from the visionary appearances. So visionary appearances, so many diversity appearances, because we have so much different kind of afflictive emotions. So talk about like each individual has 84,000 afflictive emotions. That's why we talk the Buddha shared teachings, 84,000 Dharma teachings. And this 84,000 afflictive emotions arise. Then many form body there, but here is I think is the more important key talk about. Yeah. So 84,000 Dharma qualities arise from is like we need peaceful deity is like 84,000 peaceful deity arise. 84,000 afflictive emotion can be arise 84,000 different kind of this object of fears. But we talk about here is a very short information. What we have to know important. So if we go into like harems, the harem or these different maras is yamas. They always introduce us, our own emanation. So example, like someone going to the prison in the jail, someone knows all this prisoner guide. So then, the person telling, okay, this all prisoner guide is my friend. I tell them they're not going to torture you. And so each prisoner guide, they give information. So this guy is like stay in the south. This guys stay in the north. These guys stay in the west directions. And inside the people who walk this kind of person more key point. So someone introduce the person say, these are my friends. I can introduce you, everyone. I can tell them that they're not going to torture you. So same, and when we get in example, could be we falling to the harem. So we have to recognize all these harem yamas. Called yama is who torture. So recognize, okay, is good is like first step, recognize is friendship. Then recognize is more go closely, become is our own emanation. So it's different steps. I think you understand what I'm talking example, yeah? So long as like someone stuck in the prison is very strong, negativity, I mean, people who be there is get tortured. So then someone tell, friends, connections, please they don't torture this person, is my friend. So then the person introduce like every person, don't scare these people. These people are you can make friend. You recognize your friend. And that's kind of, like helps. This introducing helps. When we get into like lower realm, or this lower realm appearance is recognized, is connection to something like not frightening, not negative object. So can be become positive, transform. That's the idea you have to understand. So then all child of Buddha nature, if even though you do not recognize this reality and become afraid and turn away from the visionary appearance, you will go on to experience yet further suffering. So if recognized nation does not occur, all the blood drinking deity will be perceived as yama. So no, someone create a very strong negative karma in this life. All deity is whatever we talk about in our brain. When it arises, it's yamas. So who practice yadam deities and create positive karma, or is this our own brain? Its arise is like yadam deities. So that is arising from spiritual quality. Yama is arising from negative karma. So you will be overwhelmed by fear, by awe, and by terror and the sight of all the blood-drinking deities, and you will faint. Those visionary appearances, which are naturally manifestation of actual reality, then its source is Dharmakaya nature, is arising. So where seem to have become demons, and you will continue to roam in cyclic existence. So our appearances become demons. Demons, maras. Yeah. So you practice spiritual, or this our appearance is yadams. And who create negative karma, or the perception appearance is become demons, is maras. And you will continue to roam in cyclic existence. But even though if you are not out and not terrified, you will avoid the continued wandering within cyclic existence. If you not really fear, scared, and then you recognize, still have opportunity to liberation. Then when these yadams arise, can be yadam, can be mara form body, okay? Can be damning. So that is the individual karma. How they created in the dream lifetime. Negative karma or practice yadam deity or just neither no. Yeah, someone don't create negative karma that much. Someone that person don't have a strong connection with any spiritual. So we have so many in the world, just generally kind, good people. They don't harm others. They don't create negative karma, but they don't do any spiritual practice. So they have their own different precepts. And here, right now, we're sharing is, who practice yadam deity, spiritual connection, people's experience, and who create a negative karma, harming for others. So that person's perception. Okay, so spiritual practitioner percepts is a yadam deity form. Negative beings perception is this maras, yamas form. Or child of Buddha nature, the large of Buddha body of the peaceful and wrathful deity, whereas the scar, the medium ones will be the size of Mount Meru, Semeru, Mount Semeru, and even the smallest will be the size of the 18 of our bodies standing one above the other. Do not be afraid, because when it arises, like no small tiny form, not that powerful is arise. Very powerful, very big, strong, arising. So that's why can be Buddha's form bodies, peaceful deity, wrathful deity is same as the sky, whereas the sky can be arise. Can be Mara form, Yama form body will be arise as the same as sky. The medium and the smaller. Even small is like 18 times like bigger than our body. All phenomena existing is known arise as the luminosities and Buddha bodies. By recognizing all present visionary appearance to be the natural luminosity of your own intrinsic awareness. Everything's appear form, we have to recognize it, Buddha's form body. So that's why all the yadam deity practice, the main point is all forms yadam, all song is mantra, all thoughts is nature's mind. So who we practice that in the being, we are in the living time, living Bardo. So we have an opportunity to recognize when this appears to us in the Bardo. So long as you recognize in the Bardo, so that's called mother luminosity, our practice, luminosity. Right now we practice is called child luminosity. Our practice helps recognize in the Bardo this experience is yadam deity's display. Manifesting as light and Buddha bodies, you will dissolve inseparable within the legs, the Buddha body and the Buddhahood will be attained. All child of Buddha nature, very important instruction. Whatever fearsome and terrifying apparitions appear to you now, recognize them to be natural manifestation of natural reality. So we have to recognize every our own manifestation. Nature, natural manifestation of natural reality means like our nature is arising. So that means all this form is arising from our natural ripa. Do not be afraid. Recognize this appearance as inner radiance, your own natural luminosity. Upon recognition, so long as we recognition, you will undoubtedly attain Buddhahood right now. See, right moment there become we are Buddha. So that's why in the Mahamudra Dzogchen instruction, the Buddha is right moment in there. You know, you long as you're be in your natural mind, Rigpa, no draw states. So that is the Buddha. You know, that's in the in the right novia and the during the living part, we have to create that practice or habituate. So we every single day we have to log to our own awareness and be in the nature. Let go all this conceptual negative emotion, of course, also positive, both. Be in the natural states called non-draw. So we created that, practice, or we familiarity or habituated that connection. Then all this appearing in the Bardo form is we can dissolve into the natural Dharmakaya. So right now we are in the living Bardo. The point is positive thoughts arise, negative thoughts arise, whatever arise, recognize is our mind create and looking into our own natural mind. So especially, of course, negative emotion arise, recognize, looking to natural mind, meditate. So if we create that ability, and then in this place, we have the opportunity to liberation. So that is the most important key during in the hour we are in the lifetime. So long as you're, we into natural mind, Rigpa, so that's called the Buddha. Samsara means like delusion, dualistic. Buddha means like non-draw state. So we have very strong karmic imprints, dualistic, samsaric percepts, because 24 hours always dualistic percepts. So then we have to create this non-draw concepts or perception. We have to create, meditate often and often. So long as we meditate non-draw, then Buddha is the right moment there. Even you stay in the 5 minutes non-draw state, you have become 5 minutes Buddha. Even 23, 95 minutes we are deluded, samsara, but 5 minutes we have ability to become Buddha within one day. So that's concepts or ability we have to create more often and often, strong and strong. That's why here recognize them natural manifestation of natural reality. Did not be afraid. Recognize this ignorance, your own natural luminosity. Upon recognition, you were unadoptedly attaining Buddhahood right now. That which is called instantaneously perfect Buddha body will occur at this very moment. Remember this and hold it in your mind. Very important instruction. So this is the essence of Dzogchen Mahamudra instruction. So when we study this teaching, you practice, then you really strongly connect to the Pema Sambhava. Because recognize, this teaching is come from Pema Sambhava. So he has ability to share this teaching, all this through his compassion, wisdom, sharing for us all these Bardo instructions. Sometimes people think, who know this? Who share this? How can they understand it? Pema Sambhava has the wisdom, clairvoyant, and omniscient wisdom, And knowing all the three terms, like three terms the same as like, you know, today and in the tonight we go sleep is a Bardo. Tomorrow is the same as the next life. Okay, so then Pema Sambhava that knows three terms is very clearly what happening. Every same is like, you know, everything is present. So he can recognize all the Bardo experience, perceptions, how to arising. Then this teaching is general. You know, general means generally guide. Then specifically individual has their own experience, but doesn't matter which kind of experience arising. Long as you have these instructions, then all the experience can be dissolved into the natural river. So you can have, you know, in the dream, we know we don't have the same dreaming. We all has a different dream. You know, the dream is why we have different dreams, because we have different karmic imprints, karmic habituate. We have different karmic habituate. That's why we have different dreams. But all dream is same as a delusion. You know, when you wake up, every dream is, we say, delusion. You cannot say, my dream is right, your dream is wrong. You know, so we cannot say, my dream good one is right, my dream the nightmare no good one is delusion. Does it matter positive, negative dream you have, what you have? Does it matter last night your dream, tonight your dream, last week your dream? It's always different, but all is a delusion. So when you wake up, this all dream is arising from actually your mind. Your mind karmic influence is arising. So when we get in the Bardo states, we have all this diversity, karmic imprint, percepts is arising, but all is our own manifestation. So you cannot say my Bardo experience is not my experience. Your Bardo is your manifestation. My is not my own manifestation. We cannot say that. You know, whatever arises, everything is our own experience, our own manifestation, our own precepts. So that's why whatever arises in the Bardo doesn't matter. So all is our own emanation, our own experience. I mean, projected. That's why this instruction can help every experience, whatever arises. We don't have to mention every single experience. Then it's too much. Even one person experience is a lot. Here is the most important key sections is sharing here teaching. Or child of Buddha nature, whatever fearsome and terrifying apparitions appear to you know, recognize them to be natural manifestation of a natural reality. Do not be afraid. Recognize these appearances as inner readings, your own natural luminosity. Upon recognition, you will undoubtedly attain Buddhahood right now. That which is called instantaneously perfect Buddhahood will occur that at this very moment. Remember this and hold it in your mind. Very beautiful instruction. So even right now we are in this talking about the Bardo, we are not disease, okay? But actually, who has realized it? True realization, you know, the living and the Bardo future life is same. That's why we talk about the 6 Bardos. We are right now actually in the Bardo. We are living Bardo. Okay, so we're thinking about okay, when we are die, And in the 11th day, I think, or 13th day, I want to recognize this. You don't have to think that. Right now, you can apply, cultivate this right moment here. Right now, we are in the Bardo. You know, that's the Mahamudra instruction. Right now, we are in the Bardo. So right now, you recognize your own nature, intrinsic awareness. You are right now, in this moment, you are Buddha. Recognize them to be nature manifestation of nature reality. Do not be afraid. Recognize this appearance as ignorance, your own nature, luminosity. Upon recognition, you will undoubtedly attain Buddhahood right now. What which is called the intrinsic perfect Buddha body, Buddhahood, will occur at this very moment. Remember this and hold it in your mind. This very powerful statement. We always hold this instruction, you know. Important. All child of Buddha nature. If you do not recognize this visionary, appearance no, and continue to be afraid, then all the Buddha body of peaceful deity will arise in the form of Mahakala. So this peaceful deity form is, if not recognized, is Mahakala. Mahakala is wrathful. All the Buddha body of the wrathful deity will arise in the form of Yama Dharmaranja, Yamintaka. You know, Yamintaka is the most wrathful deity. Is Yamaranja means like king of the hairy beings. So king of hairy beings, if you recognize, it's Yamintaka. If you don't recognize, then it's Yama Dharmaranja, means like object of the most fear. And then all of your perceptions will turn into malevolent forces. In this way, you will continue to wander in single existence. If you not recognize, and all this, our percepts is become percept forces is maras. You know, frightening object is then go to the samsara again. Continue. You will continue to wander in some single existence. Or child of Buddha nature, if you do not recognize this present appearances as a natural manifestation of actual reality, if we don't know it's our own nature, even though you may have been learned in all the sutra and the tantras which form the Buddha's transmitted precepts, and even though you may have practiced these doctrines for eons, Buddhahood will not be attained. If no recognition, then Buddhahood cannot be attained. That's we know very clearly, because no door is not intellectual. No door is not only just like our conduct, relative practice. No door means a recognize own true nature. So relatively, you have good conduct, you have good kindness, and you have good learning. You know all the sutra teachings, relative knowledge, but without no door, still kept going samsara. See, no door is Buddha. Dualistic is samsara. Then, of course, samsara, we have relatively so many different levels. Samsara means not everything is bad. Samsara means like really good in there. People has kind, loving, compassion, good education, you know, knowledge, care about all this spiritual, history, and create a temple, create a stupa, all this, the perceive what we have good object. That is positive, very strong, important, positive, but still your Buddha is not that we can call that. Buddha is its own recognition, no draw. So without that, we cannot enlighten. Enlightenment means no draw, recognize our own natural mind. Okay, everything is a source of Buddhahood, but not Buddha. Yeah, causes of Buddha, but not Buddha. So here is not talking about your learning and your good quality, and you doing really good engaging with benefit others. We know saying here is useless. Everything is useful, very powerful, but not Buddha. Okay, so this is like essential key point divided samsara and Buddhahood. So you can be really high level good practitioner, but still good practitioner, not Buddha. So Buddha is no door. Long as you have that recognition, that moment you are Buddha. If you don't recognize, whatever you have good qualities, still you are samsara. So that's all good qualities benefit other beings. And still within the samsara activity. Okay, that's what we have to know. Samsara activity, not only negative activities, they have so many positive spiritual activity. So Buddha means no hope to result, happiness. Okay, no fear for suffering. So suffering is a samsara. Happiness is nirvana, but still is no door. We create causes of happiness, but no Buddha. Buddha means not hope for happiness, no fear for samsara, suffering. So free from that both is called no door. Then through the understanding of a single essential point and or through the understanding of a single word, you will attain Buddhahood. If immediately after death, you do not recognize the appearances which manifestation naturally, this appearance will eventually arise during the intermediate state of reality in the form of Yama Dharma Ranja. See, when we die, if someone don't have a recognition, Yadam deity practice, so it's Yama Ranja is an effort to when we die, right, moment there. So that means actually who has a very strong negative karma there, Yama Ranja is arise. They don't have arise, peace for deity, wrath for deity, one by one. They don't go to all these 13 stages. Okay. The appearing will eventually arise during the intermediate state of reality in the form of Yama Dharma Ranja. The large form examined by Yama Dharma Ranja is as vast as space. The middle form, the size of moon Samaru, filling this world system. The largest form examined by Yama Dharma Ranja is as vast as space. The middle form, the size of moon Samaru, filling this world system. I think they have extras. Yeah. Then the Yama introducing. which kind of like form is arising. Thus, Yama Dharma Ranja were upper, his upper teeth beating into his lower lip, his eye glassy, his hair tied up on the crown of his head, his belly bulging, and his neck thin, brandishing in his hand and the wording salati, I think, documenting past actions, his mouth echoing with the carries of streaky and care. He is drinking brains, severing heads and rubbing out internal organs. In this way, it will appear as if his form filled the entire world. So their form is very frightening arising. Is Yama, means who has a negative karma, arise this form. So then they fears all the time. Or child of Buddha nature, when such vision arise, do not be afraid or terrified. Your body is mental body, form of habitual tendencies. Therefore, even if you are selling and cut into pieces, you will not die. So this instruction is for who has a negative karma. So when they die, right moment their Yama is arise. Then it's so much fear. So the fear is like killer is in front of them person. Then think about how we can feel in this moment. Killer is come to in the front of you. So that kind of then Bardo being has more frightening than more 9 times frightening than us. So someone like come pointing gun into heads, like the whole frightening. So the 9 times more strong than that fears in the Bardo beings. So no, this instruction introducing is Bardo being didn't have a physical form, has only mental form body. So that's why this instruction help them release their fear, because with sharing this instruction, say you don't have form body. You will not die. You are in reality a natural form of emptiness. So there is no need to be afraid. No need to be afraid. This also helps, when you get really fear, you just look to yourself, it's like your form is emptiness. That we have to create. The form of Yama Dharma Ranja arise to form the natural luminosity of your own intrinsic awareness. They have no material substance. Also, the Yama, we introduce the, disease. Not only your emptiness, the Yama also not truly exists there. It's your own awareness arising. So that's why I have no material substance. Emptiness cannot be harmed by emptiness. Yama is emptiness. You are emptiness. You cannot by harm each other emptiness. So, that's the introduction. That's right now we if ability to recognize when we have a really nightmare in the dream, we have to recognize nightmare dream is emptiness. The object is emptiness. We have to recognize our subject also emptiness, but not easy. Okay, so that's why right now we are in the living part, when we have a fractioning, we look to ourselves, recognize we are form is emptiness. Then into natural mind, that we have to create. They have no material substance. Emptiness cannot be harmed by emptiness. So I wanted to finish it, but no place to post teaching. I think we can leave it there today. Time is gone, so yeah, I think we can leave it there. Have to recognize, Yamaranza from nature, lamana still your own intrinsic awareness. Going to share you the dedication. Lord Jenchang, Deloba, Naroba, Marba, Dharma, Lord Gamboba, Pamutraba, and Lord Digomba, please bestow upon us most auspicious blessings of Kaju Lamas. By this virtue, may I achieve omniscience by defeating all enemies, confusion. May hosts travel on the webs of birth, or did you sing this dead across the ocean over samsara? Bodhicitta, the excellent precious mind, where is Ambo may arise, where is the bomb is not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. I pray the Lama may have a good health. I pray the Lama may have a good life. I pray that your Dharma activity separate find wide. I pray the Lama may not be separate from you. As Manjushri will realize ultimate state and as the Samanta, but I will follow in the path and fully dedicate all the merit for sentient beings. By the blessing of Buddha who attained the Tirikayas, by the blessing of the true of unchanging Dharma as such, by the blessing of the indivisible Sangha order made the merit, I shall bear fruit. By the virtue collected in 3 times, by my 7 order beings in samsara and nirvana, and by the inner rule of virtue, may I and all sentient beings calculating unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious enlightenment. May the teaching of Guru Digompa Ranashri, who is omniscient, Lord of Dharma, Master of interdependence, continue to increase through study, practice, contemplation, and meditation until the end of the samsara. Shiza Kinze Kinchin Chije Temdra Nela Wanta Digompa Rinchin Barje Demba Zingde Jedo Tizangon Ben Zinjur Je Om Mane Peme Hong 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 Om Mane Peme Hong. Thank you, everyone. Dashi Dele.
Cheer. Tashi
Thank you so
Rinpoche.
much, Kempala.
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.